Hello again, chat. How's it going? It's been a weekend. Ain't that grand? Previously, we played a little Dream Drop Distance, and I actually had quite a bit of fun with it, so that's going to continue on Thursdays. But in the meantime, our usual Monday and Tuesday shenanigans are going to be full of level grind, because guess what? I am prioritizing that since it is a long freaking grind and I kind of want to get it done within the next 5 years. We have made a significant amount of progress within, let's see, okay, October, November, December, yeah, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're coming up, we have officially hit the 8th month of streaming. It has been at least 8 months since I started streaming on a regular basis again, so huzzah to me! Woohoo! 8 months of this crazy grind, with a little bit of other games in between to spice things up and make it go a little smoother. Because let's be real, this thing will drive you crazy if you try it. I've actually been watching a couple of other folks do similar level grinds, and boy oh boy do I salute them. One person is doing, I believe the username is like Rainbow Italia or something like that. They're doing a KH3 level 99 grind on Mount Olympus, and I'm like, hats off to you, friend, because that is a grind. I have no idea how much it's going to take for them to get there. I could check later on my own personal file, because I have a file that is at level 99, but it's not in that kind of level grind. But yeah, I have complete respect for everybody who does these grinds. From experience, of course, but also just, goodness me. I think I might be one of the few lunatics who are doing it on KH2, which is understandable. Very understandable that I am one of the few lunatics to do this. Anyway, for those of you who are unfamiliar, hi again, I'm LeoloFang42. I'm the person who streams on this channel, and I am in the pursuit of getting to level 99 before I even beat Twilight Thorn. For two reasons. I haven't given my reasons in such a long time, might as well give a refresher. One, I wanted to get revenge on Twilight Thorn because my first ever playthrough on critical mode, Twilight Thorn beat my ass until I got to level 8, so hats off to me, I guess. And also, I was like, I kind of want to see what happens. There was also the kind of want to see what happens was, I believe it was the Gamers Joint who did a, not necessarily a hacked file, but a modified KH2 file where everything was unlocked at level 99 and stuff. It did cause a little bit of crashes because there are some abilities that Roxas just cannot use. But I was like, I want to see this done organically. I want to see how crazy this is. And I think somebody else has also done it, or at least done the math for it, because I think there's a short somewhere out there, some sort of short-term video that explains, like, how long it would take for this. I do not recall what it was, but I do recall that it exists, and that it takes a very long time, but thank goodness I was already at level 19 when I last left off, so yay for me! I also have the power of the handy-dandy ability called Experience Boost, which as long as I'm at half health or less, I will get double the XP, which is going to save me a lot of grief, because otherwise I'm getting at 4 XP per hit. Does this affect the time? Of course it does. Of course it affects the time. But I like getting more XP, so that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm aiming for. Oh, what a ride. What a ride. Oh my goodness, as per usual, I did my usual routine, and it was fantastic. I did not get set on fire, thank goodness. I managed to manage the weather accordingly, so I didn't die, and didn't border on heat stroke. I managed to stay hydrated, which is always good. I had a popsicle, it was delish. Freezer pop? Yeah, that's what it's called, freezer pop. Those things are great. Part of me is like, I want one right now, but that's also just the I crave everything mode talking. I do worry about the I crave everything mode, though. Whenever that comes up, it means I'm gonna probably get sick or something. So I'll have to keep an eye on that, but that's okay. It's fine. I'll live. Yeah, so it's been quite the weekend. I barely remember any of it, which is kind of sad. Oh, come on, that's not true. I took over my groceries. I had a delicious dinner. It was great. Oh my gosh. I always talk about food on stream, but it never gets old. There's this recipe that I really like. You make pork chops, potatoes, and broccoli all in the same pan. And you might think, how the hell do you do that? Well, I'll tell you. You gotta dice up the potatoes, put some olive oil on them, spice them up with like salt, pepper. I use seasoned salt and pepper and stuff like that. Yeah, I talk about food a lot. Hey Peek, how's it going? Just rambling away about the delicious food that I had the other day. It's all cooked at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'd have to convert it. But yeah, that. Cook up some pork chops in for another 10 after the first 7 minutes for the patates. And then the last 12 or 13 minutes are for the broccoli. Absolutely delicious. Kind of sad because I'm already almost out of it. I can make more another day. I managed to not have it long enough, so I'm not sick of it anymore. Shot in the dark. I was gonna say it's probably 165 in Celsius, but no, I think that's 350 in Fahrenheit. At one point I knew the conversion, but I do not remember. Wait. I think there's a conversion table in my recipe book. I'm gonna look at it. I know it's just an easy search, but sometimes there's magic, and sometimes there's... What are you doing, dog? My dog is sniffing around. Thinks there's a snack somewhere, I bet. Temp 420. Interesting. Oh, I was wrong. It's not 350. 165 Celsius and is 329 Fahrenheit. What is this table? Okay, this is clearly made in a Celsius. 'Cause what is this? Okay, the closest we get is 220 Celsius. That's the closest we get to 425, because it says 428 according to this little recipe book. That is fascinating. Very fascinating indeed. Huh. Wow. Who knew? Alright, let's put that recipe book down so then I can continue. Yeah, 428, at least according to this recipe book, and now I'm kind of getting suspicious. I could also just do the math by hand. It would be... okay, so Celsius to Fahrenheit is 9/5 times C and then plus 32. So I would need to subtract 32 from 425. We're going to do this mathematically. If I can just remember how to use basic buttons. Alright. I have a cute little magic trick that I use every once in a while. I'm going to see if I can do this with one hand. It's probably not going to work. I don't have enough stability. Okay, so it would be 425 minus 32, and then times, they're parents. Okay, so it's 393. 393, 5/9, and then times 393. 218. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's 218 Celsius. I was like, something feels off. I love how of all the things that I retained from of all the things that I retained from my school years, I still remember how to convert Celsius and Fahrenheit and back. I think it's funny though that my recipe book has the Celsius listed first and then the Fahrenheit. I'm like, oh, okay, I see where the publishers came from. They're from the I don't think they're from the US. Fascinating. Yeah. It's a fun thing to learn. It's like it could be used, I suppose it could be used as a party trick. It might be slightly easier. I was gonna say it might be slightly easier to do with an actual like mathematical calculator instead of the default one for Windows, because I don't think the default one had any parentheses options. Because if you wanted to convert to Fahrenheit, it would be 9/5. You put that in a parent, so you, I guess you divide 9/5 first, and then multiply that by the Celsius temp, and then you add 32 onto that, and then that's your Fahrenheit. So, let me see. Huh. Fascinating. Like, for example... Oh, that's true, yeah. Yeah, the Windows calculator is kind of bugged. Just the other day I was thinking of coding one in Java, and I'm like, do I really want to do that? And I'm like, I could make the GUI really fancy and then show that on the screen. It would have the worst memory leak problem ever, because Java is just like that. Yeah. Shoot, I think I can mentally calculate 20 Celsius, but that's also because I just know right off the bat it's 68 or something like that. But I mean, if you do the fraction cancellation thing, like you cross out the 5 and the 4, it's like 9 times 4 is 36, and then 36 plus 32 is 68. There you go, boom. 20 Fahrenheit is, nope, 20 Celsius is 68 Fahrenheit. And then you just reverse the calculation if you want to figure out what Fahrenheit is in Celsius. So if we were doing like the 68 example backwards, you would just subtract 32 and then multiply it by 5/9, I believe. Which I think, yeah, since it would be 36, it would just be 5 times 4 is 20. That's an easier conversion. Yeah, too much math. Yeah. Still boggles my mind that I didn't just decide to get a mathematics degree. I would have had a hell of a lot more fun with that than computer science. I mean, there's a lot of math involved in computer science, but I think I would have had more fun with a mathematics degree if I had just full sent it way back. Plus, I could have a lot of options with that degree. Oh god, there was a glitch. OBS, don't betray me. It didn't drop any frames, but I've seen it glitch on me before. Jump scare. Yeah. I actually stopped doing mathematical calculations for like general number of back and forths, and instead just stuck with, okay, how many sessions of this do I have remaining? Because otherwise I'm gonna drive myself insane if I go by number of dusks. I do not need to take damage. I don't know why I took damage. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah. 36. If it's 36, that's toasty. I'm aware of that it's toasty. Dang, that is toasty actually. That's like what, 80 or something like that? Rough estimate. It's not as clean as a 20 to 68. Let's see. 9/5. Yeah, it's gonna be some rough shenanigans. Yeah. Oh, like 36 dusks or 36 sessions remaining. This is the PS4 version. I don't think the, whatchamacallit. I don't think the number of XP changes from KH2 for any of the ports. I'd be shocked if it did. For this, I'm just calculating the number of sessions remaining per level. So, like, let me get some more XP off of these two and I'll do a rough calculation. I go by, the average of either 4,000 or 5,000 XP. And even then, I just mostly pay attention to the first two numbers. So, like, with that one, about 20,000, that's about roughly 5 sessions. Yeah, 5 sessions of 4,000 and then some, but it's more like 4 sessions. Oh, it changed? Shoot. Was it less XP from the OG PS2? Because if that is the case, that's pain. That is evil. I have a bone to pick with Square if that's the case. Oh no. As in we get more XP from the dusks, or you have to get more to get to level 99. That's not too bad. I do have a PS2 on hand. I could track down a... Oh wait, that would be a little bit difficult, because... Was Final Mix... Final Mix was just really... Was it just released in Japan on the... Okay, I might need to do a little quick search. Hang on, I need to kill these guys. They're gonna kill me! Oh no! Whoa, whoa! Okay. Okay. Okay, let me just... add that to the invisible death counter. It's okay, I haven't lost that much. I only lost about 40 XP, that is not it. I didn't lose that much. We don't have to worry. Thank God for room saves. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have to get my XP down. No. Sadly, that is not the first time I've done that, and it will not be the last. Man, I went so long without accidentally dying. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Oh man. I'm not putting a death counter on here until I get to level 99. Then I'll start counting my deaths, cuz I don't know how many I got before this. Technically, I kind of do. I know I got there's at least 4 under my belt from this. And it's all from not paying as much attention as I should. That is entirely on me. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. It's fine. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. What I meant to say is if there's a Final Mix version on PS2 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the main goal. Before even beating Twilight Thorn, actually. That's the main goal. And it's all because I really wanted to get revenge on him, because my first playthrough, shoot, I think even my first playthrough when I played it on the PS3 a while back, he kicked my butt, because I'm not the most great at games and stuff, just because I'm not as in practice and stuff. So this is a little bit of all-out revenge, and also because I saw Gamers Joint's video on a level 99 thing, not necessarily like a full level grind and stuff like that, but more like a, I wouldn't say hacked file, but like just to see what it was like to just like have everything unlocked early on and destroy everything. And I'm just like, what if I do that? What if I do that manually? And then I did that for about 19 levels back in college, stopped, and then I wanted to start streaming again. And I was like, okay, what do I do to get myself in the habit of streaming? Because that was my first obstacle, was getting a schedule down and streaming on a regular basis. And I was like, okay, since I seem to have trouble figuring things out, what if I just do this level 99 grind and continue to it? And now I have fully committed to it. And the best part is, now I have a proper schedule. But yeah. Yep. Roxas is gonna be a huge menace to Twilight Thorn. Honestly, to everything. It's gonna be so fun. I'm so stoked about it. It's gonna be like another, like, how many months now? Well, I got to from level 19 to level 51 in about 8 months total, and that's including some breaks too. But it does get longer and longer between levels, and this level is taking approximately 4 weeks, because it's about 7 or 8 sessions, which is about 4 weeks. Unless I start doing 3 sessions a week, but I'm not gonna do that because I will go insane. That's what the Dream Drop Distance playthrough is for. It's my sanity check. Yeah. Level 51. Yeah, I crossed the threshold to level 50 a while back, and then level 51 most recently, so now I'm working my way towards level 52. Yeah. It's going pretty good. Yeah. At some point I will have to see what I need to do to make it go slightly faster. Either I do longer streams, or I do more sessions. That's the 2 options. I think the longer stream might be the more likely option, just because of scheduling purposes. Like, I figured out the 3 streams a week schedule early on. Because when I started trying to push to 4 or 5 at the early days, I was just like, oh no, bro. Which is really funny, because I've done like 40-hour work weeks. You'd think I'd be able to pull this off like totally easy, but no. Then again, I also used to start at like 7 o'clock PST, or what is it, like 10 p.m. EST? Yeah, it didn't fly. Pulled it back by like 30 minutes. Boom. Sweet spot. To be fair, I also pulled it back by 30 minutes because I thought it was a Wi-Fi problem. No, it was just my laptop being a jerk. My laptop bullied me for the last time in the middle of the Ventus playthrough, and I was like, you know what? I think you were there for that peak. You got to witness the last hurrah of my laptop being allowed to stream. It's been banned from streaming now. The desktop does all the work, and it has been behaving so smoothly. That's why you don't get like 50 notifications in a night anymore. Or more like 2 to 3 max or something like that on a day. Yeah. Yeah, the grind is killer. That's why I have, that's why I dropped Thursdays from the level grind. 'Cause I started to feel like a bit of a drag from doing this like constantly, and I was like, okay, I need to change something up. And I was like, well, what if I do the Birth by Sleep command roulette thing? And I was like, great, I can do that. And so I did those, and then I'm like, okay, well, I need to pick something up. So now it's the Dream Drop Distance, and I'm still using the crap controller. And fun fact, it actually did the thing on stream just the other day, and I was so happy I actually recorded it. Aw, thanks. Yeah. In the moment, it was like, no, please don't do this to me. But in hindsight, it's actually kind of funny just to realize that, nope, it wasn't the Wi-Fi. It was just my laptop giving me crap. Yeah. Yeah, I cut that whole, what was it? Troubleshooting. I cut the whole troubleshooting section from the Ventus highlights reel just because I was like, you know what? I think I can just sum it up. Plus, it's fine that it just remains in the VOD, and that's it. I think I had to upload that VOD because it completely nuked the stream on the YouTube side. Now that I think about it, that was nuts. No, I am not dying again. Yeah. It's the good stuff. Oh my gosh, my back. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, sleep is always good for the soul. Every once in a while, when I'm doing, like, specifically the level grind streams, I start, like, chilling out, and I just slowly relax, and my voice gets really quiet like this, and it softens over time. And if I lean back a little too far in my chair, I start dozing off a little bit while I'm playing, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm falling asleep again on stream. Because it's a very relaxing, it's so funny. You'd think this would not be relaxing, but this is a very relaxing activity. One of the responsibilities that I had at my old workplace involved a lot of data consolidation, and since there was also constantly new data coming in. Thank you. You have a good time and a good sleep. Sleep well. I will continue the anecdote, but I have been prepared for this because with all the data coming in, it's like digging in a pile of gravel. There's gonna be more gravel coming up on top, but this isn't like digging a gravel pile. This is just digging a hole. Except instead of digging a hole to, in the ground, it's... Maybe that's not as good of an analogy, actually. I'll come up with a new analogy later. But you have a good one, Peak. Oh, those are force. That's okay. You know, I'm okay with force, actually, today. Whee! Oh, it's gone. This track is so good. It's a shame that Twitch mutes it every time I leave it alone for more than 5 seconds. If I remember right, there's like some reference to it, and also reference to the Ansem final battle from KH1. I remember the first time I played through KH3 and the finale and everything. In the very last fight with Xehanort, the music has the specific melody, not this one, but da 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 da. Yeah, it has that, and I was just like, that's the good stuff right there. I love that. I love musical callbacks and motifs showing up throughout. Love that stuff. It happens a lot in musicals, and I flippin' love it every time. Or just little bits and pieces. I think some anime series do that. And there's also the classic of having the opening or ending scene in like the final battle. No, that's not it either. Opening or ending song in the final battle, or in like the finale episode. That stuff, good. I can't think of off the top of my head of any series that has that specific thing going on. I do remember, though, the finale episode of Ouran High School Host Club having the ending song playing during the chase, where, spoilers, Haruhi goes chasing after Tamaki to make him stay at Ouran and with everybody in Japan rather than going off and getting married to this random chick that shows up. She only shows up in the anime, by the way. The manga and the anime end very differently. And I'm so sad that we don't get a full continuation. We're never getting a continuation of Ouran. There's no freaking way that we're getting a continuation, and it makes me sad. Hattori-sensei. Hattori-sensei, please, for the love of God, try to convince Bones to make an adaptation a second. Please. Readapt the series and include the manga stuff. Please, I beg. It'd be so cool. And more of the fashion. God, the fashion in a lot of shoujo manga, especially shoujo romance, some of the stuff that I read was so flippin' good. Like, Ouran, it has some really good fashion stuff. Like, on every single cover, the characters are all in different outfits and stuff. And then there's this other one. How long was this one, anyway? It was called My High... I think it's shoujo. It's called My High School Debut. Where the main girl is basically trying to, I wouldn't say, like, get more popular in high school, but basically, like, change up her image and be more outgoing, more, like, sociable and stuff like that. And she asks for this boy's help, and he is like, sure, one condition, you cannot fall in love with me. And, you know how well that goes. That's like one of those classic fanfic plots. It's like, yeah, I'll help you, but you cannot fall in love with me. Yeah, they spoiler alert, they most definitely, it's, you know where this is going. They fall in love with each other, and it's actually really cute and sweet. And I love the little fashion choices that are made throughout. There's a couple of times where the main character just wears the most not disturbing outfits, but it's just like, oh, honey, no, not that outfit, girl. I can't remember who convinced her to wear that monstrosity, but it was like one of those monstrosities that you see as the inspo outfit on the... I think some of them are joke Wattpad stories, or just ones that it's like you think that it would be a cute and like nice outfit, but it is a very specific outfit that would only flatter a few people. There are some folks that can pull off the outfit with the crazy frills and stuff. Not everybody can do it, and that is a-okay. Some outfits are just not. They're just not. In another life, I would have been a fashion girly. Every once in a while, I do try to dress fashionably. But most of the time, it's either t-shirt and jeans, or tank top and jeans, or pants. Very rarely shorts. But that is the extent. Sometimes I wear some of my button-down shirts for when I'm feeling a little bit, like, slight chill, but not really. Sometimes it's one of those short sleeve up button-downs that I leave, like, just open button-down. I used to wear those button-downs, like, closed and tucked in the pant for work. I'm very partial to celestial prints, so there's always, like, stars or constellations on my shirts. There's this one, though, that was, like, pink and had, like, strawberry milk print on it. It's actually really cute. I still have it. I almost got a second shirt that had mushrooms on it, but I just kept it to just the one. That one's actually pretty cute. I should wear that sometime again. It's been a while since I've worn that one. Not true. Wait, no, it has been a little while. It hasn't come through the laundry cycle in a while. Privileges of doing your own laundry. You know exactly what you've worn in the past while. I'm really glad I learned to do my own laundry before I even left for college. I remember at a certain point, I was like, you know what? I should probably learn to do my own laundry. Like, this was at some point in high school. I was just like, I should learn to do this. I probably should have learned a heck of a lot sooner, but some folks learn it later than others, and I'm glad I learned it when I did. But it was just like, oh, this is actually really simple. I do that, bada bing, bada boom. I used to separate my laundry colors. I used to separate the whites, the light colors, the dark colors. Nowadays, I just throw it all in. I don't care. As long as I wash the jeans, especially the dark wash jeans, correctly, you just turn them inside out and wash everything on cold and delicate. That is usually gonna survive. Unless there's stuff that, like, you can't, the dry clean only articles of clothing really piss me off, though. Those ones really piss me off, because I'm like, ugh. Because they have a lot of special instructions, so I don't wear those as often, or I try to not wear them in situations where they're likely to get dirty. But it's a pain in the butt. I do not like dry clean only clothes. Or clothes that have, like, high maintenance thing. Like, if that thing can't go into the machine, I don't want to get it. That is actually something I look for when I shop for clothes. Usually it's when I've done online shopping or something like that. I look at it and I'm like, oh crap. Sometimes after I buy something, I'm like, ah, shit, it's another hang dry one. I actually go I run my laundry based on how many things I have to hang dry. Like, I'm like, sometimes I run the laundry even sooner just because I'm like, ah, shoot. There's so many things to hang dry. Just hang them up on the shower curtain, bada bing, bada boom. I mean, I use hangers. I hang them up on the shower curtain, let them dry, and then I move them out of the bathroom once they're sufficiently dry enough to be safe in the closet, and just put those in the closet, hang them up. Most of the time they just need to hang anyway, so works for me. I need to go through my stuff and get rid of some things. Gosh, I freaking love Shimomura's compositions. Oh my gosh. It's the good stuff. Freaking love it. So good. Ever since I actually put the monitoring in my headset, it's actually been kind of a game changer. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've never noticed the shadows. How have I never noticed the shadows? That's amazing. Forget ray tracing. We got proper shadows right here already. Oh, that's fascinating. Which means the light source is like directly above, based on the... like based on where the shadows are. The light source is just directly above. Oh, is it directly above the whole time? I love how I'm watching the shadows, but this is very important to me. I have to know. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. So the light source is just directly above at all times. I wonder how high it has to be for it to not matter where physically it is. That is so interesting. I love all the little things I've noticed over time. From the running speed to the shadows now. It still cracks me up. Just the other day when I was working on the video for the Ventus playthrough. Oh, the shadows even change their sharpness when they're further off the ground. And the intensity. Oh my gosh, I freaking love this game. Holy shit. I want to give the devs of KH2 a gift basket. Holy crap. This is some good shit right here. Freaking love this. Oh, sorry. What was I talking about? Oh my gosh. Just went absolutely freaking ballistic over that. Oh my god. Oh, that was so funny. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh man, shadow intensity. I love it. Okay. Okay, gotta reconstruct. What the hell was I saying like a few minutes ago? I have a bad habit of doing this where I start talking about something and then I forget. Right, Ventus playthrough. When we got to the finale, the first time, I was thinking, oh no, when you go down to the Heart Station and fight Vanitas again for the final time before he just breaks everything, I was just like, oh, I did not expect to be back here because I had forgotten about that bit. So I see the cloudy sky and I'm like, oh no, I'm here again. Uh-oh, I feel a coughing fit coming on. This is not good. It's okay, I survived the coughing fit. That was the shortest coughing fit known to man. Actually, it's not. Technically, the shortest coughing fit known to man is just a single cough, and that's... I don't know if that counts as a coughing fit, actually. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to fix my hair. Every once in a while when I put my hair in a ponytail, for some reason there's always that one strand that is just like way more pulled into it than the rest, and it's just like hello, and it just starts tugging on your it just tugs on your scalp for no reason. Long-haired struggles. You can put a hashtag in front of that. Do people still post with hashtags? I mean, I know they do on Tumblr, but that's just tagging your post on Tumblr so then people will find stuff, and also for little notations. That's how they use their hashtags. It's specifically for the tagging system. And then Twitter used to use their hashtags for like basically some sort of tag that is something relatable and things like that. They used to talk about it a lot on talk shows and things like that. Oh my god. That was more of an early 2010s, early mid-2010s thing. I think it started to fade out around 2015 or so, like in the middle of that decade. Oh my god, that's insane. We're already past the middle of that we're already past the middle of this decade too. Oh Christ. You know what's funny? Is whenever I realize the passage of time, it's not even the passage of time, like, I'm not even thinking about, oh no, I'm getting so old. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, time is marching forward, and I'm just experiencing existential horror of the fact that, man, I've existed for over 2 decades. I'm going into 3 decades now. Holy shit. Time is frightening. And then I think about it for a little longer and realize that there are people who have lived twice as long as I have right now. And some who are still living have lived 3 times as long as I have. And then there's that random person who's probably going to live 4 times as long as I am right now, which is insane. It's bonkers, man. It's absolutely, whew, bonkers. Whew, chilly, actually. Jesus. Sorry, I just got a random chill. No! Betrayal! It's not really a betrayal if he's already my enemy, is it? It's really not. Hmm. Sorry, he happened to be marching in an exact rhythm and I couldn't resist. Is it? And then he changes the tempo. Nice. I wonder if I'll cycle the button downs back into my not vocabulary. My brain is on something today. What I meant to say is back into my regular rotation. I mean, I did wear a button down yesterday. Huh. It was nice and cozy. It was one of my favorites. Just a plain old white button down. Typed out a lot of I was gonna say evangelical folks, but I don't think evangelical folks stick to the white button down. You know what? Maybe I should actually double check before I make any assumptions there. I know the Mormons tend to lean towards the white button down shirt thing. White button down shirts, ties, and tie for the boys. And then I don't know. I haven't been in it. I haven't been there in over a year. I haven't been to church in over a year. I don't mind. I do think about it time to time. I'm like, oh yeah. But half the time I'm like, I don't even care, because half the time I would have been waking up way before I want to wake up and been like, oh. And then even when I was going towards the end, when I was slowly like, I don't want to go anymore, it got to a point where I was feeling so anxious and unnerved by just being in there that I had to keep my earbuds in. I kept my earbuds in to drown out any extra noise. And then on top of that, sometimes I would put music on in my ears at like the lowest volume possible. But yeah, I ain't going anymore. I'm perfectly content actually not going. I was just thinking about that recently just because it comes up every so often. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Every once in a while I think about checking out another church and then I'm like, do I really want to do that? It'd be kind of fun to do a little bit of church shopping. People do that sometimes. I once thought about visiting a Catholic Mass once when I was going up into Seattle. I was like, maybe I should visit one and see what a Catholic Mass is like. Never got around to it. I completely spaced on it. I was just like, I think I was too focused on everything else that was going on that day. It was a busy day. So. Nothing like a little shenanigans. Again. I just got thinking about some of the shenanigans that are going on Love Island again. Oh boy. Honestly, the best way to enjoy that show is to enjoy it through others' summaries of the show. It's way more fun, in my opinion, to enjoy it that way. Because then I also get a variety of opinions. Although I think my my algorithm pushes specific POVs for me. But like, long story short, I don't like Casey either. He sucks. And don't even get me started on Insincere. Bruh. Melanie, please. Please pick anybody else. I don't know who it is that you should go with, but definitely not him. Do not go back to Sincere, please. Please. I have met guys like that, and they are so annoying, and they are so exhausting. Oh my gosh. For real. I have met guys like that. That's why I was like, ugh. I just think, ugh, every time, like, I Dios mío, he sucks. Bruh. Also, I think that was totally awesome that they had Megan Thee Stallion on there. And even better that she's definitely had been watching this show. Oh, and the girls are so fantastic. I love how they've been watching out for each other. It's really sweet. I know that reality TV isn't like a perfect reality, and obviously there's some stuff that's pushed along by producers and so forth to, you know, make the television interesting. Like, that's the whole point, is to make it entertaining. So there's gonna be some stuff that gets manufactured, but there's also just some genuine moments that are great. It's the balance. 1 second. Sorry about that. I had another cough attack, and it was real nasty that time. Country roads, take my bones to the place they belong. What the hell? Alright. Yeah. I don't think I can speak too much on the Love Island shenanigans just because I don't watch it as much. I just basically watch it vicariously, and I'm like, hey. Like, just from what I've seen, I am cheering on Bryce and Trinity, because, oh, they were so cute. It made my heart melt. I'm like, oh. Also, praying for Anaya to not get caught up with Casey again, because, man, that man is being malicious as fuck towards her. Ugh. Carl is there. Carl's gonna do a little bit of exploring, I think, just cuz, but I am hoping that things work out for him and her, because, like, from what I heard, they seem to get along. I wasn't paying too much attention during their Casa time. And neither was my algorithm. What the hell? To be fair, my algorithm kept showing me videos of Bryce yearning and the fact that whenever he was on screen, somebody was watching him, because they were all, like, trying to make sure he didn't just bolt from Casa straight back to the villa. That will forever be the funniest thing to me. I love how the Dusts, if they haven't started swinging yet, they can just do a full 180 and go slapping you anyway. That's amazing. That's a magical experience right there. My god, I need water. I don't think I filled up my water enough. Damn it. That is some good freaking water. Holy crap. Wahoo! I wish that I would stop having to cough up my poor lungs just to breathe. I'm going on a hunch, but I'm guessing that I have approximately 2,000-ish XP under my belt. Just a rough hunch. Am I seriously? Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Let's do a look in a book, a reading rainbow. Oh my god. Pass me, move faster. Okay, now there we go. Okay, so it was like 21,382. Oh yeah, we've definitely hit 2,000 XP because it was at 21,300 and something. No, it would have been like 382, 390? Yeah, 390. Damn. Okay, that works great. Why are you glitching, OBS? Don't do that. Don't be weird. Yeah, I say we hit the 2,000 mark a little bit ago. That's good. Even before the 1 hour mark. Yes! I am always happy that we get about 2,000 XP before the 1 hour mark because that means we're on pace. I have set a pace a while back and I am sticking to said pace because it is extremely helpful for me to keep track of how long, how many sessions I need to do and how many things. As long as I get about 4,000 XP within 2 hours, I am like, okay, this is good. If I got less than that, then I would be like, is everything okay? It would have to be a lot of force for that. Which is understandable, but yeah. Funniest thing, I was actually really enjoying the Dream Drop Distance playing the other day, and I was like, man, I kind of almost want to go onto my main file and play a little bit of it on Proud, and I'm like, no, you missed that boat to play it through yourself a long time ago. I mean, technically I don't have to restrict myself on this. But I think it'll be more hilarious and more fascinating if for once in my life I play through something for the first time, and since it's been so dang long, I don't remember half of anything, and I think I skipped over a lot of the gameplay stuff. Mainly I think the player that I watched do the playthrough skipped over a lot of the... Or maybe I just blocked out some of the Dream Eater stuff. Either way, I'm going to get very well acquainted with a lot of the Dream Eaters. I'm gonna have to do some grinding in order to get fancier Dream Eaters, but hey, that's how it goes. It's a first time playthrough and it's gonna be fun. I'm kind of stoked about it actually. And since I'm gonna be in standard mode for the live playthrough, it'll be nice. Na, 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 na. Ooh, we're about to hit below 1900. Let's go. Or 19,000. Jeez Louise. If it was below 1900, we would be on the track for the next level. Yay! Below 19,000. Yeah, we started about 21,390. We are currently at 18,978, so in about 600 we'll be at 3,000 XP? I think so. Yes. Okay, that's not too bad. And that's about 600 XP away, so that's about... Well, 2,000, okay, roughly 2,000 XP in an hour, which means if I break it down... If I break it in half, 30 minutes, that's about 1,000 XP in 30 minutes. So, a third of that is roughly 333. So, probably about 15 minutes? 15 to 20 minutes. So about 22 after 1 hour, I mean. Let's see if that works. 1 hour, 22 minutes into the stream, I will check and see if we're at 18,300 and something. Basically the third number if it's a 3. It's about 20-ish minutes. Less than 20 now. More like 19 minutes. I love getting information and data from this. What's funny is all this information and learning is not going to be helpful because I'm playing as Roxas right now. I'm not playing as Sora. Oh god, imagine playing as Sora and trying to get to level 99 before you leave Mysterious Tower. Bruh. There's probably somebody who is doing that or has done that. I jokingly say heathens, but that's actually kind of funny. Just have people test out getting to level 99 at random points where they get to a certain point and then just start the level grind. Just to see what difference that makes. That reminds me, I think there is actually a way to export the save file, so the second I get to level 99, I'm going to figure out a way to export the save file. And then I'll be like, here you go, PS4 players, enjoy this monstrosity of time and space. I would want to have multiple backup saves of that too, just cause. It'd be a funny as hell save file. Whee! Actually, now that I think about it, no, I need to focus. I said I needed to push about, so 1 hour 22, then I can do a search to see how to do the PS4 save file duplication. So then I can see if I can get a copy of that, save it to my desktop, have a backup file of that. Because that would genuinely be the funniest thing if I could just take the save file once I get to level 99. Stick some speedrunners on it, be like, hey guys, you wanna try all your speedrun strats except you're stuck using the sword stuff. Although I think by the time you hit level 99 it won't really matter because you've unlocked all the abilities. You're not locked out of any of the abilities. It just changes the ability order that you get them. I think there is a slight difference in like emphasis, like the stats for strength, magic, and defense. I think that might be slightly different. But otherwise, yeah. Unfortunately, this can't be a deathless one. Someone else will have to set up a deathless run. Because I can't do it. You've already seen it, but I've already killed the potential for a deathless run. Someone else can do that. I ain't doing it. Even better, because it'll be at crit. I wonder if doing the 0 XP thing will work for some of the 0 XP strats, too. I don't think it... I kind of don't think it would, just because of damage scaling, because the damage scaling, it changes just because of the level 1 thing. Because the level 1 does some funky... Level 1 crit runs do damage scaling really funny. Like the 0 XP runs. It'd be fun to do that, but I'm pretty sure you can only do that on crit. And I don't think I'm emotionally prepared to do a level 1 crit run. I think that actually would make me cry. I almost got brought to tears by Xemnas the other day. I don't think I need to do more. Speaking of, at some point I need to make the Xemnas compilation. Even though I haven't beaten Xemnas, I should probably start on that, so then that way I can document that he has indeed kicked my butt. And then when I finally beat him, I can post the video and be like, hey, I beat him. Ouch. Bruh. Can you 3 stop hip? There's only 2 of them. There are only 2. I don't know why I counted 3. Get some Orbeez. That's too many Orbeez. No, that's fine. That's fine actually. That's plenty. That's just enough Orbeez. Yeah. I started working on the Aqua video just the other day, but I'm trying to force myself to transition over to the new editing software. It's going interestingly because I'm not familiar with the software and I'm just doing what I used to do with every other software that I learned how to use growing up, which is what I call the FAFO method, which is not exactly child-friendly, but it's basically you mess around and figure things out for yourself, which means you do miss a lot of little neat tips and tricks that you could probably otherwise do. But I think the FAFO method is going to either go really well or go really horribly. But to be fair, that's also how I figured out Video Procvlogger. I did not do any tutorials on that thing. I've just been winging it. But so far, it did take there was definitely some physical, like, pains at first working with DaVinci Resolve, but that's just because I'm, one, working with the free version, which is fine. It's perfectly fine as the free version. And 2, I'm not looking at any tutorials at the moment. I am aware that it'll be a lot easier once I learn all the controls and so forth, but I'm gonna be playing around with a total of at least 5 VODs. And it's definitely a more intensive resource thing. It's got a little bit more intensive on the resources. And I can't just scroll along the timeline, which is kind of annoying, but I'm slowly figuring things out. I'm figuring out how to work with it. So far, so good. Plus, it'll be good for me to gain a new skill with a fancier editing software, because for one, it's just good for me to learn a new skill. And it's good for me to learn how to do something and struggle with it a bit. Because I know at times whenever I learn to do something, once I feel like I'm confident enough, I just kind of stop learning and it's a real pain in the butt. I might cause myself problems on purpose to force me to learn a lot more so then I don't hit the confidence threshold too soon and stunt my growth. I have a bad habit of doing that and I would like to break that habit. I would like to not be like, oh, that's good enough, this is fine. I know I get exhausted, but geez Louise, I can do more. I know I can! Darn it! Gaining skills is fun. Hey, what do you know? We're almost down to 390 and it's been about 10 minutes. 10 10 minutes. That was... We're at 900 something, right? Or is it 600 and something? No, it was 600 XP I needed to punch through. We've almost punched through that, actually. I'm sure about 500-ish. I suppose it does depend on whether or not I need to take some damage, too. That could be a factor. That can be a deciding factor of whether or not I need to take some damage. Some extra stuff. Oh! The next time I hit these three, it's gonna be game over for all of them. So I need to make sure that they do a little bit more damage before I hit them. Yay! Another potion. Whee! It's going pretty swell. You know what, just cuz. There we go! 3,000 XP! We've hit 3,000 XP total already. And we are only... Wow! Huh. It did not take about 20 minutes, it took closer to 15 instead. I knew it! I knew it! Wait, what's a quarter? A quarter of 1,000 is about 250. Yeah, 250. So, okay, I'm going faster than that pace. Which makes sense, though, because I think I'm on a 5,000 XP pace today. I think. We will see. But we're definitely already in the 3,000 XP zone, so we're definitely hitting 4,000 today. There's a guarantee of that. Okay, just a wee bit more damage, just a wee bit. Okay, I'm getting impatient. Plus I had just the right amount of HP, so... Not a problem. Not a problem. I think that app timer has been extremely useful, by the way, because it forces me to get off the dang thing. And I don't allow myself to add any time to it, because I'm like, nope, I stuck with 3 hours, I'm going to keep it at a max of 3 hours. I'm kind of tempted to bring it down to 2.5. I will burn through that so fast, though. But that's the point. The point is to get me used to not using it as much. I've already cut my time in half. Because I used to waste way too much freaking time. I was working it like it was a 9 to 5 or something like that. So, glad it's not that. It's max I'm at 21 hours in a week. It's still not as great, but it's better than a lot more of that, because it used to be bad, so. Hi, puppy! Hello! Oh, I know what you're doing. You're looking for trouble. Are you looking for trouble? Are you a good puppy? Are you a good puppy? Are you? What's he doing? Yay! I get to give the puppy attention. That's my favorite thing. Oh, it's a good puppy. Oh my gosh, it's a good puppy. Like I always say, the reason I learned how to control this game with only one hand is not just for the loss of the unlikely event of losing one of my hands, it's also because I want to be able to pet my dog while I work. It doesn't work as well with mouse and keyboard games, now does it, my dear? No, it does not. It doesn't work as well with mouse and keyboard games, unfortunately. I should learn how to do that next. Just learn how to control an entire game with a mouse. It probably won't work. I would need a 50 million button mouse for that. But just imagine. Oh geez. The trackpad is gonna be the death of me again. Aww. He's a good puppy. He's a good dog. Oh man. Drums. Oh, this is perfect. Thank you. You gonna go check it out, puppy? Go get it. Go check it out. It's okay. Oh my gosh, goofball. She's like, I don't wanna. I don't want to check it out. I'm good. Interesting. It's been about almost 20 minutes, and I've gone through almost 800 XP since the first little test, I think. So I think I'm doing pretty swell. Uh-oh. Sorry, I had to check on something. Also, I think I banged my head on something because I feel a bump on my head, and it doesn't feel like a bug bite bump, because bug bite bumps are just the worst. When did I... What did I bang my head on, though? That's the real question. Good question. I love how I told myself to not get distracted until the 20 after, and then I still get distracted regardless. Well, it does take me roughly 30 minutes to get 1,000 XP on a 4,000 XP rate for 2 hours. I think I need to measure my data points a lot more closely. Maybe I'll pick a stream, and then on that next stream, I will comb through the entire thing, put it all in a spreadsheet, and then create a graph that graphs every single point up. I don't know how that's gonna work, though. Alright. About 22-ish, and yeah, about 1,000 XP. Okay. So I think I'm working at a faster rate of XP grind. I don't know why my brain thought that I was gonna knock it down below 18,000 there. Like, girl. So that means at about 43 after? I'm saying roughly 43 after, I can expect to be at 17,390 something. This is basically a rough estimate though. And this is also provided I don't do random searches. I already forgot what I was going to randomly search for anyway, so... Probably a good thing. Distraction. Distraction. I would like to get this done soon. I did always say, I did a while back consider doing like off-stream grinding, but at the same time I'm like, no, I need to show that I have put the full commitment to this. I have committed fully to this nonsense. That's not a joke, by the way. I have fully committed to this level of nonsense. It also cracks me up that it took me less than like a couple weeks or so to be like, you know what, dual stream time. We're doing YouTube and Twitch. Honestly, that was the best decision I could have ever made because that actually saved the 2 corrupted VODs and saved one of my videos a while back. So it all worked out. Ah, it's a good day. I was scrolling through Tumblr today, you know, as one does, and I actually got to see the original It Fucking Wimdy post, and it made me very happy. Best thing in the world. That post lives rent-free and has, like, irreversibly destroyed my vocabulary. So, like, anytime it's windy, I just say, it fucking windy. So, do not let me loose in Chicago, because apparently it's the Windy City. Because you will just hear me say that every freaking day in Chicago if I do. Do not send me anywhere with wind, I will say it. What's funny is, every once in a while in my group chats, if it's just a windy day, I just send I just send the photo of the fox with like 0 text because I've sent it so many times at this point that all I need is the image. I don't need the text. That's all I need. It's gotten to that point, and my friends just are like, oh, yep, okay, that's Yellowfang, doing their thing again. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Whee! Whee! Nice. Nailed it. I'm still thinking, man, I think I can get down to 1700, 390 at about 40-ish, 43 after. 43 after 1. I don't know if it's possible, but I think it's possible. I want to see it happen. I'm eyeballing a book on my shelf just now. I don't even remember the context. I think it was a birthday gift that I never actually looked at. Want to know what it's called? It's called How to Be a Genius. I have not read a single page of that. Either because I was arrogant or because I was just uninterested. One of the two. Actually, you know what? It could have been a combo of both. That sounds very much like me for it to be a combo of both. I kind of want to punch through about 300 XP real quick before I take a look at that, but I'm also just really tempted to look at the book. You know what? I can multitask. I'm gonna first put away the recipe book, because recipe book is in my way. And then I'm gonna make sure that I aim and not miss the thing. The door, as it's called. You know, as one calls it. And then I am going to take a look at that. It is definitely interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. It's actually... It's got a pretty vast table of contents. It's got sections about, like, what your brain is, senses, how memory works, problem solving, words, creativity, your brain, how it evolves over time. Interesting. Oh, I think there's puzzles in here. Are there puzzles in here? I want to know there's puzzles. Okay, I might actually take a peek at this later tonight. Okay, I just took out these guys. Let's take out this. I might not become a genius, but I certainly will work on my cognitive matter and make it work a little better. Fix some of the damage that was done from 2020 and so forth. Because let's be real here, 2020 and then my actual COVID diagnosis in 2022 really took a number on me. Like, the social aspect killed me in one way, and then the actual getting the damn disease just annihilated me in another way. It was not good. I still can't believe my dumbass just didn't call in sick that week. I should have just called in sick instead of trying to work through that shit. Dumbass. I could have gotten better faster if I just slept the entire time. Instead of waking up, fighting for my life to get my work done. It was kind of funny. Okay, forget it. It wasn't kind of funny. It was hilarious that I did that. In the moment, though, what are you doing? What are you doing, girl? Don't overwork yourself. If you're sick, don't go to work. Especially if you work in food service. Because that's a health code violation. I'm not joking. That is a health code violation. Bum, 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 bum. It's funny, I'm already hyped for Tuesday and Thursday. I'm hyped to get another session knocked out, and I'm also hyped for another session of Dream Drop Distance. You know what else I should be hyped for? Trying to finish Season 3 of Star Trek Next Generation. Okay, the next time I rent a season of Star Trek from the library, I'm only doing 2 DVDs at a time, because if I rent all 7 or 6 of them... 6, 7, okay. If I do all of them at once, I get overwhelmed. I'm looking at it right now, and that is overwhelming. I'm like, girl, I've only gotten through 1 disc. I've only gotten through 6 episodes so far. And the next 2 episodes are freaking gold. At least the first one, I know damn well that that one's a good one. I'll just wake up tomorrow morning just wake up tomorrow morning and immediately watch Star Trek. That's what I'll do. Instead of looking at my short form videos, I'll wake up, get dressed, eat breakfast, and then immediately Star Trek. Just 2 episodes of Star Trek, knock that shit out, and drop off that DVD, so then I can move on with my life and move on to the 3rd disc. See, this is the struggle, is I keep making it homework. I'm one of those idiots who, once I have something, I just don't pay attention to it anymore. I keep wanting what I can't have, which is a real pain in the butt, and I need to stop doing that shit. It's bullshit. Do you know how toxic that behavior is? Very. Very toxic behavior. I need to work on that shit and fix it. Because, girl, come on. You cannot be serious. Shoot, I need to watch through some of the things that I have on my shelf right now. I watched through the entirety of Ghost Stories, so I can't say I haven't watched through that, but like, I haven't rewatched the seasons 1 and 2. To be fair with Camp though, that one is like, I need to be in a specific mood to watch that show. I need to be in the mood for the most like crass shenanigans that remind me of the 2010s, maybe the early 2000s. Like, I need to be in that specific mood of just like some nostalgia for some old-timey bullshit type thing, which is really funny if you think about it. Over the Garden Wall, I need to watch that at some point. I have it. I need to watch it. There's still that Lord of the Rings DVD copy that I think I want to record my reaction to that. I think that'd be hilarious. Just record my reaction to it. Not even necessarily for a YouTube video, just to have a moment of like shenanigans. Just put the headset on my head, record, and that's it. That's all I need to do. Bada bing, bada boom. Whee! One of these nights. I got Puss in Boots. There's the second Sonic movie that I haven't watched yet. I've only watched the first one. I actually rewatched the first one back when I first got the DVDs. And I was like, yep, still holds up. Before the pandemic shut everything down, that was the last film I saw before the pandemic shut down. I'm not even joking. Happy Valentine's Day to me. No joke though, my boyfriend and I at the time, like when it was supposed to come out in November and it was like an absolute shit show, we're like, yeah, regardless of whether or not they fix this, we're watching this shit. We are so watching this shit. And then they fixed it and put it out on Valentine's Day, and we're like, we are definitely watching this shit. It was so funny. Oh man, that was golden. I love that. That was fun. Yeah, good times. Not so good about the whole pandemic and everything, but like right before that, great time. Also, I just remembered I still haven't finished watching season 1 of Arcane. I can do that though. I can watch the entirety of season 1 of Arcane without worrying about internet. I wonder if there's a DVD copy of Arcane season 2 somewhere. If there is, I'm gonna find it. And I can just watch the whole season, the whole series, without having to fight Netflix. Give me more DVDs. More physical copies of things. Honestly, the focus on streaming has kind of made a lot of things kind of shitty. Because then there's not as much, and this isn't no fault for the, like, a lot of the more passionate filmmakers and the people who put the films together. It's mostly, like, it's mostly the execs who are just like, yeah, just pump out some slop, people will eat it, that sort of thing. It's like, no, films used to be, like, really, really good. There are still some films that are actually pretty good. I really need to get out and see more films, but it's so freaking expensive at the theaters! Oh my god! Theaters, I am begging of you. I know the economy is ass right now, but I am begging of you. If you lower your prices just a little for a movie ticket and some concessions, I guarantee you there will be so many people going to theaters. Please, I beg. I beg. I would so totally go to a theater on a regular basis if it didn't kill my pocketbook every time. If it didn't cost as much as a freaking meal at, like, DQ or something like that. Oh, I could go for some DQ right about now, but, TOD says no. Basically, anytime after, like, anytime after 4 p.m., if you go to DQ and go through the driver's, drive-thru, it's just gonna be freaking packed, and you gotta wait. You're gonna have to wait. And I am an impatient person. Best time of day is like early, late morning, or a little bit after lunch rush. So about a little between like 2 to 4 p.m. Between 2 and 4, and then between like opening and noon. Those are the best times to go with lowest amounts of waits. Of course, I probably just ruined it. I love how I'm talking about this. By the way, there is no one sponsoring me. I just really like the food, okay? Yeah. Oh my gosh, imagine if they did sponsor me one day. What's funny is if they did sponsor me, I would be like straight up with them. I would be like, girl, there is only one meal. I will talk about one meal combo, and you're just gonna have to live with that. You're gonna have to get somebody else to talk about everything else. That's what you're gonna have to do. Because me and tomatoes don't get along, except in marinara sauce, I guess, so. I don't know, I've been a little bit less stressed, and I have, I've been doing some mental exercises between my therapy appointments to try to work through some of the really rough and tumble things that have been a little bit more ridiculous to work on. Oh hey! What do you know? Okay, that's 21. 20, 19, 18, 17. Oh yeah. We're doing freaking stellar here. Yeah, 43 after, that's more than, yeah, okay, cool. It's, I think it's a 5,000 XP day because I was at 21,390 at the beginning. I'm remembering right off the top of my head. I don't have to do a second search. Hell yeah. Gang. This is why I do the math during the streams. Because my brain is actively remembering streams of information a heck of a lot longer than normal. It really is that damn phone. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It is that damn phone. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll cut off like 15 minutes off of my TikTok usage. I might do it right now. Hang on. Let me see if I can do that right now while I'm on stream. I can just do that. I can do what I want. Oh, perfect. Alright, and then let's do a reversal. Okay, I'm just gonna have to search because, oh, there we go. Digital well-being. Yep, a smack total of 3 hours on TikTok. Christ. Alright, let's change that. I love how I have multiple alerts. Alright, let's change it to, instead of 3 hours, we're gonna do 2 hours. And we're gonna drop it down to 45 minutes. This is gonna be so freaking funny. So, from here on, it should be only 2 hours and 45 minutes. Ooh, I can remove days for this. Wait, how many? Okay, yeah, that's not gonna fly, so yeah. Yep, I'm dropping it down to 2 hours and 45 minutes. So just shaving off another 15 minutes. That's all I'm doing, is shaving off another 15 minutes. I am going to work my way off of this. Because I've managed to make it easier so far, where when I have run out of time on the thing, I've been doing other stuff. Granted, I have been just looking at other social apps, which is probably not very helpful. But it's progress. And a lot of the stuff that I used to spend way too long on is just kind of boring me anyway. It doesn't have the same dopamine hit. And the trick is to make it so then that way those are more problematic. And then once those become more problematic, then I will work on dialing those down as well. The point is, I'm slowly weaning myself off of a lot of social media apps in order to ensure that I live my life. And I'm doing it slowly. Not because of like cold turkey making me sick and die thing like it is with alcoholism. By the way, don't go cold turkey if you're an alcoholic. You gotta chop it down like bit by bit. Otherwise you're gonna make yourself sick doing that. Thank goodness not from experience. I know folks who have informed me that, yeah, don't do it. And they are ones who drink. But no, going cold turkey doesn't always help. You have to slowly wean yourself off of whatever it is when it comes to an addiction. And you gotta replace it with something else. Like, for example, whenever I run out of time because of my social media addiction, I now set aside time to just sit and meditate. Sometimes I just sit on the back porch and enjoy the weather when it's nice out. When it's not so nice, I ain't enjoying it very much. Or I just get a blanket if it's too cold. But that's the trick of it. Or maybe I sit down and draw. Maybe I pick up one of my books that I haven't read in ages or haven't finished or haven't even touched before. Or I work on things that I should be working on, like my videos, like my writing. The point is you gotta replace whatever it is that you have filled up your life with. Obviously, if it's a drug addiction, it's going to be a lot harder of a road because you're chasing a very strong high, like a very ridiculously strong high. And you gotta work your way around it and stuff. One of the things you should keep in mind is that drugs are expensive and that if you have a crappy dealer, you might get it cut with something that will kill you. It may make the high better, but, and I say better with air quotes, but in the long run it's just gonna kill you and it's not fun. You're just gonna be more miserable as you go. But that's not gonna be convincing. What's gonna be convincing is replacing whatever time you do on that sort of thing with something else. Shoot, it could be as simple as... Heck, if you live near a beach, you know what you can do? You, shoot, how much do sandcastle pail shovel kits cost these days? It's probably more expensive. It's probably like $10. Hell of a lot expensive than a couple grams. Anyway, you get to, if you live near a beach that has sand, you get one of those little sandcastle kits. Go down to the beach, maybe some sunscreen, lather up some sunscreen all over you, so you don't burn. And just build sandcastles for whenever you feel the need to get high. Because you're like creating something, you build something, and then like, hey, if you have a feeling need of destructive, you can build up the sandcastle and then immediately smash it. That is an idea, if you live near a beach anyway. Or somewhere with sand and water next to it. It's an idea, okay? I'm just throwing ideas out here. And in my particular case, with the social media addiction, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta replace it with something better. I do have a little bit of trouble with it right now, just because I'm not in the habit quite yet, but trying to work on replacing it with my writing, trying to work on replacing it with my video editing. Because once I get into the video editing, I am locked in. Or once I get into the writing, I am all in. I have to put my phone aside and put on some music. Sometimes instead of putting on my phone and music, I like put my phone away from myself. And I pop in one of the CDs into the CD player and I just listen to music from the CDs. Plus the music, oh, the music sounds so good through the CD player, holy shit. It's so freaking good. I'm like, damn, that's some good shit. I wish I had more discs. Maybe I'll just make a couple of mixtapes from my Spotify playlists, like buy a bunch of the songs that I regularly listen to and put a couple of mixtape CDs together. That'd actually be kind of fun. I haven't done that in a long time. We used to have this whole stack of CDs and I don't know where they went, and it makes me so upset because they're probably gone off somewhere. But those things were dead useful, and I could probably have filled up like a couple of playlists into that. And then that way, if I just had those, I would be able to listen to the music and enjoy it. Put it in a CD player and bada bing bada boom. Darn. Hindsight is 20/20 all the time, isn't it? Hindsight is 20/20. God, 2020 was a freaking mess. This is just collective traumatic experience for the entire planet. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the Spanish influenza was definitely also... It's funny that they call it the Spanish influenza. It's just because Spain was the one who reported on the damn thing in the first place and put out the information in the first place, so they're like, ah, it's Spain. I don't think it was. I'd have to ask some... is it virologists or something like that? I'd have to ask someone in the field to give a proper history on that. But yeah. Pretty sure that was a collective traumatic incident. Same with the Black Plague. I'm pretty sure that was a pretty collective traumatic incident when that was a rampage. Nowadays the plague is curable. You have to drink a lot of juice and take, what is it, 14 different pills or something like that, and you gotta take all of them. I think I read up on that the other day, but I might be inaccurate. You might, yeah, I highly recommend looking into peer-reviewed journals that are probably published before 2003. No, not 2003. Christ, 20 years too early. Before 2023. There you go. I think that's a good point. Maybe. Just pre-AI synthesis, since it's kind of a jumbled mess and some stuff is very much sneaking through and not being properly peer-reviewed as it should be. Yikes. It disturbs me how many are getting lazy with it. Makes me really concerned. Please check your science journals. Oh right, it's called a bubonic plague. Huh. Whee! Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh my gosh, wow. I am surprised that everything is going well today. I didn't activate the orb. It sounds silly to say that, but the orb is very helpful. It's basically it's not necessary. Okay, I think it's a light therapy lamp. It's something that I should have got and brought to my workplace a while ago, but I didn't, so I got it after. So now it sits at home, and it's the best darn thing ever. It makes my day. Uh-oh. Wait, did I don't remember taking my supplements this morning. Shit! No, I think I did. Yes, I did, actually. Never mind, we're good. Wait, did I? I don't know. I'm doing okay. So I must have. And I didn't seem concerned about my 10 a.m. alarm. I have a 10 a.m. alarm that reminds me, if I haven't already, to take my supplements. It's the best thing in the world. I keep it there because I know darn well that if I don't pay attention, I'm not gonna remember. I used to have a 2 p.m. alarm for a different set of supplements, but I stopped taking those ones because they weren't really helping. Because those were like a twice a day thing or something like that. Oh, Christ. Hello? I'm gonna need to update OBS after this stream. I keep forgetting to do that, and I really need to do that because I'm really getting sick and tired of it reloading randomly. Because that was a hard glitch that I heard just now. Okay, it seems to be behaving. Let me check real quick. I'm trying to check on the YouTube side because the YouTube side is a little bit better about detecting jump cuts. Yep, okay, there was a jump cut. Okay, I need to fix that. Why are you not saying that you're dropping frames? You absolute lying motherfucker. Okay. So OBS is lying through its ass to me about dropping frames because I know damn well that there are some frames that have been dropped harder than a sack of potatoes. And it happens every time there's that random refresh connection. So yeah, post-stream I'm going to try to update it, see if I can fix that. Fingers crossed that it fixes it. If not, I'm gonna have to check out the GitHub of OBS and be like, hey, gang! Anyone noticing a little glitcheroo with OBS? Probably not because everybody updated. It's probably just an update issue. I probably just need to update. That's all there is to it. Or Windows 11 decided to be a bitch and be like, oh, and then Microsoft's going to push out their own stream software and it's going to be absolute dog shit. Oh, not only that, it'll like be kind of crappy already at first. It'll seem really nice at first. And then they'll put a paywall on it and then block all the features until you have to pay for it. And then it's just like, what the hell, man? Bruh. That's how they get you. They start you off with a free product. Then they start paywalling features. And then they make you pay a subscription for the things that you already paid for or you already had for like ages. It's a circle of shitification. Oh, also, as you pay more, it just gets worse. For some reason. It starts off great, and then it just turns into a garbage pile. Bleh. I crave adventure. Pew. There's this one, I think it's one of Point Crow streams that lives in my head rent-free. It's one of the ones where, like, if he says something, it spawns whatever is related to that. And every once in a while, it's something related to dogs, and I just hear the text-to-speech voice saying spawning dog every once in a while. And that specific thing, that specific voice line just lives in my head rent-free. So every once in a while, spawning dog. He's a cute little puppy. He's a cute little collie dog. Collies are such cute dogs, but my god, do they need a lot of stimulation. I mean, to be fair, they're a... I think they're in the... Are they in the working breed? No, they're in the herding breed category. Unless the AKC updated it again. But working dog breeds and herding dog breeds, those dogs are high energy dogs. They look cool as hell, but those are some high energy, high octane dogs. They need exercise, they need stimulation, they need a job. They like to work. They have a job and it is called herd or adventure or whatever. Especially, you see those videos of Malinois dogs. They're just freaking energetic menaces, climbing trees and shit. Racing up things, jumping over fences, snapping. There's like one fella who has a wheelchair and his 3 Malinois dogs just pushing and pulling along the wheelchair like fast as heck, and the only reason they're not going faster is because they know Boss Man is not gonna be happy about it. Well, it's more like they're obedient and listen and stuff like that, but man, do they love their job. It's the cutest thing ever. But yeah, those are some high energy dogs who love to work. Yeah. If you want like one of those chill, low energy dogs, you're looking at the... shoot. It has been so long and I'm pretty sure I don't have the books anymore, but there's a specific type, there's a specific subsection of breed types, breed category. It's not like a taxonomy thing, it's more like a breed category, but there's a specific type that if you want a chill dog, that's what you go for, and I can't remember the type. Yeah, different dogs were bred for different specific types of jobs. Like a lot of terriers, those guys seem like they're small and stuff like that. They're compact, but that's because they were bred for specific hunting purposes. If I remember right, is it Dachshunds? Dachshunds were, I think it was Dachshunds. Those ones are built to go inside of burrows, and they will go in, and they don't have the urge to turn around. They will actually back out. Maybe it's a different type of dog. There's a specific type of dog that's specific to hunting down things. Or like sometimes you see those videos of the guys with like their pack of terriers and different dogs, basically ratters, who take out a lot of rats. Which some of y'all folks might be like, oh no, those poor rats. No, don't worry about it. They breed like crazy. Rats breed like crazy. You do not have to worry. The only place rats don't breed like crazy is Alberta, and that is a special circumstance of geography and a lot of high-intensity maintenance on the one border where rats can cross over, and also a banning of rats in general. Like, that's the only reason Alberta is mostly rat-free. That's the only reason. Everywhere else, rats. The rats. The rats. We're the rats. Okay, no. No, no, no. You know, it still blows my mind that Germa is the one behind that video. Yes, the same Germa, the one that you're thinking of? Yep, that's him. It is the goofiest, silliest video I have ever seen in my life, and I love it. It's so funny. So off the wall. Hey, would you look at that? 5,000 XP. I can do the mathematical calculation once I take out these fellas. Because what was it? Like 21,390 at the beginning? Yeah, 21,390. 21,390. All right, let's do this strong. Let's do this strong, yeah? Sound good? Let's make it strong. How are we doing, actually? 69146. Hell yeah! Let's go! Alright, while I'm walking down here, let's get that calculator out, shall we? Oh, I gotta show the calculator. Okay, I was doing mathematical calculations. For anyone who missed it, I was doing mathematical calculations with one of the folks with Peak earlier on Celsius to Fahrenheit calculation. It's a very useful thing, by the way. Alright, so we had 21,360, and then let's subtract, what was it again? 16,146. Yeah, 16,146. Bam! 5,214! Let's go! And even better, chat, guess what we didn't do most of the stream? I barely yawned once. I don't think I yawned once. If I did, it was unnoticeable. And that's the best. Alrighty. Well, y'all know what the save screen means. It's either I'm paranoid about what's about to happen, or that's gonna do it for the stream. I hope you all enjoyed. Whether you want to continue this journey or not, that's up to you. If you want to continue this journey, you can hit the follow button on the Twitch side, the subscribe button on the YouTube side, and I also have my socials of Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr. You can follow me on those at Yellowfang42. That way you can get notifications for when I go live and other updates. Oh, man. I went through all of that really fast. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. For all my past, present, and future watchers. Here's your on-stream screen card. We will see you tomorrow on Tuesday with another round of Level 99 grind. Have a good one. Bye!